It is said that in the oldest libraries in the world, the books that gather the most dust aren't the most complex, but the simplest. Stories that didn't seek to change the world, but to offer a sanctuary, a warm place to rest. Today we call this feeling cozy, but what few realize is that this human craving for comfort has evolved into one of the quietest and most lucrative economies of the 21st century. In this episode, we open the vault to discover 3 stories of people who left the noise of the modern world behind, to build a legacy, one book at a time. Centuries ago, in a province torn by the noise of shifting empires, lived a man named Tenzin. While the great scholars of his time competed to write complex treatises on the art of war and the mechanics of power, Tenzin sat in a small corner of a busy traveler's inn. He was a simple scribe. Most scribes made their living writing official tax documents or military orders, but Tenzin did something different. For a few copper coins, he wrote stories of calm on small scraps of parchment. He wrote about the way the moonlight hits a silent lake, about the sound of wind through the bamboo, and about the peace of a mind that wants for nothing. At first the elite laughed at him. Who would pay for a story about nothing, they asked. But as the wars grew louder and the world more chaotic, the travelers began to line up at Tenzin's desk. Merchants, soldiers, and weary parents didn't want strategies or politics. They wanted a refuge. They needed to remember that peace was still possible. Tenzin's small scraps of paper became more valuable than gold. He didn't just survive. He provided for his entire village, not by adding to the noise, but by creating a space for silence. He discovered a timeless truth. In a world obsessed with more, there is a hidden fortune in providing enough. In the vault of history, Tenzin's quiet stories outlasted the treaties of war. Fast forward to the present day. Meet Elena. Like many of us, she was trapped in a cycle of digital noise, working 10 hours a day for a salary that barely covered her rent in a crowded city. She was exhausted, but more than that, she felt a profound lack of purpose. The modern world demanded all of her energy, leaving her with nothing but stress at the end of every long day. One evening, while looking for a way to escape the pressure, she remembered the old stories of the ancient scribes. Those who found wealth not in complexity, but in providing comfort to others. She realized that while everyone was fighting for attention in the loud world of social media, there was a silent group of people looking for the exact opposite: peace and simplicity. Alina decided to become a modern scribe. She didn't have years to write epic novels or the technical skills for complex manuals. Instead, she focused on a growing niche in the digital market known as cozy mysteries. These are short, peaceful stories designed to help people unwind. They are the literary equivalent of a warm cup of tea on a rainy afternoon. To maintain her own peace of mind, she didn't struggle with a blank page for hours. She began using specialized tools designed to help structure these narratives. This allowed her to produce high-quality stories without the burnout of traditional writing. She wasn't just creating content. She was building a library of calm that worked for her, even while she slept. What started as a small experiment soon became a consistent source of freedom. She discovered that in our chaotic modern world, millions of people are starving for a moment of quiet, and they are willing to support those who provide it. Her digital books became a refuge for her readers and a financial sanctuary for herself. Alina didn't just find a new way to earn a living. She found a way to reclaim her time and her soul. She proved that the ancient secret of the scribe is more relevant today than ever before. You don't need to shout to be heard, and you don't need to work yourself to exhaustion to be successful. Sometimes the most profitable path is the one that brings the most peace. Consider the story of Marcus. He was a talented storyteller, but he faced a barrier that destroys most creative dreams: the speed of his own process. He spent months agonizing over a single chapter, trying to make every word perfect while the world moved on. Marcus felt like he was running a race in slow motion. He had the heart of an artist, but he lacked the tools of the modern age to share his gift with the world. Everything changed when Marcus stopped trying to do everything manually. He realized that the most successful authors weren't just working harder, they were using intelligent systems. He integrated a specialized framework into his workflow, not to replace his creativity, but to act as a master architect. This shift allowed him to map out complex mystery plots in minutes, turning a mountain of work into a clear and simple path. Suddenly the wall disappeared, with the heavy lifting of structuring and plotting handled by his digital assistant. Marcus was finally free to do what he loved most, adding the soul, the atmosphere, and the human touch to his narratives. He stopped being a prisoner of the blank page and became a conductor of stories. He went from struggling to finish one book a year to building a consistent library of quality work. Today, Marcus doesn't just have a hobby, he has a lasting legacy. His books are consistently reaching the top of their categories, reaching readers he never thought possible. He proved that when human imagination meets the precision of technology, the result is not just more content. It is a sustainable, peaceful business that continues to grow and provide value even when he is miles away from his desk. Marcus became a new kind of author, one who understands that time is the most precious asset we have. By embracing these modern tools, he escaped the burnout that stops so many others. He discovered that a story doesn't need to be born from suffering to be beautiful. It only needs a clear structure and the heart of someone who cares about the reader's experience. His success was no longer a matter of luck, but of design. The story of Marcus teaches us that the bridge between an idea and a masterpiece is shorter than we think. In the modern era, the greatest obstacle is often our own refusal to adapt. Like the scribes of old who moved from stone to parchment, the modern author must move from manual struggle to digital flow. Marcus found his freedom not by working more hours, but by choosing a smarter way to build his empire of words. The path of the modern author is now open to those who are ready to listen. You don't have to navigate this journey alone or lose yourself in the struggle of the blank page. If you feel the call to build your own library of calm and claim your place in this quiet economy, I have placed a link in the description below. There, you will find the exact system and tools used by creators like Alina and Marcus to turn their vision into a reality. If you found value in these stories, make sure to subscribe for more insights into hidden wealth, digital assets, and the ancient wisdom that still guides our modern world. Join our community of quiet achievers and help us fill the vault with stories that matter. Thank you for spending your time with us today. Remember, the most valuable asset you can build is one that brings peace to others while giving freedom to yourself. The vault is now closing, but your story is just beginning.